everybody. Welcome to another episode of What a Hell of a Way to Dad. It is Francis and Jack back with you again. Jack, how are you doing today? So I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
You're wearing some heavy garments here. Is it cold up there in Seattle?
It's not cold, but it has rained like an inch and a half in the last day and a half. It is dumping in Seattle.
It is. I mean, that's Seattle, though, isn't it?
No, it's not. That's the thing. Seattle's got. There was this show. I don't know what it was on, like A&E or one of those AMC maybe, called The Killing. Did you ever watch that show? It was like maybe 10 years ago.
I've heard of it, but I never watched it.
Okay,
no.
Great show. But the one thing they got wrong in that show, it's set in Seattle, is they got the rain totally wrong. So Seattle residents, when we watched that show, were like, dude, this is some hack stuff. It's not even close. Because in Seattle, it's like double infuriating because not only is it like a rainy city, which is annoying, but it doesn't ever truly rain. It's just always like right on the edge of rain. It's like
it's kind of misty.
It's like a little bit tantric. It's like hanging out with Sting for hours.
Yeah.
It never actually delivers.
Imagine if a sauna was 60 degrees.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah. Yeah, or like that lukewarm shower where it's like you just wish you had like 10 more degrees on your knob just to get it just a little warmer. Mm-hmm. It's like that in Seattle, except for like today and yesterday where it's been, just buckets, which is good because I think we're in a drought. And this is a dad-centric podcast, and there's nothing more dad-coded than just talking about the drought we're in right now, hands on your hips.
Talking about how every time it rains, I know that it's a meme, but every time it rains, I'm looking out my front window and being like, good, we needed this.
Yeah, we needed this, exactly.
Needed this rain. Yeah, the real dry. We needed this rain. Very rarely, though, and it does happen when I stand out there and I'm looking, it's like, it's too much rain.
Yeah, too much.
We need to stop raining.
Yeah.
Stop raining.
A close second to that one is this is great sleep in rain. I find myself saying that all the time. Like, good night for sleeping. Just rain on the window and the skylights.
I need thunderstorms. I need thunder and lightning for good sleep rain myself. We have so much white noise happening in the bedroom as is. Like we've got the air purifier and then sometimes we've got a fan going. So like and if it's nice out, we'll open a window. We've got a window that slides open but I don't really get any of that. Like I just fall asleep because of the white noise, but good like crashing thunder though, that helps out.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I need random abrupt loud noises to go to sleep. I don't know what that says about me.
Yeah, you are a veteran. So that's it.
It's one or the other. I either need something to drown out the tinnitus or I need random explosions.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't frequently lament my family leaving Indiana. I think for the most part we traded up by moving to Seattle, but I do remember those summer electrical storms and like sitting in our garage with the garage door open and just watching thunder and lightning over Bloomington. Like, really magical. We don't get that here ever.
Yeah, especially it's great in Indiana because I lived in Indianapolis for a year and it's just Indiana is so flat. So like when you do have a good rolling thunderstorm, you can see it from miles.
Yeah,
and it's really really cool to watch. So there's something to be said about the flatlands here. Then you gotta get in the basement because tornadoes are coming.
We also don't have those, but we're always right on the cusp of a generational earthquake, or not even that. I think we're being promised the 500-year event, and we're overdue for it. So we do live in terror, but it's the kind of terror that, best of luck. Yeah. Hopefully you're on vacation that day.
Good luck. Have fun. Don't die.
Yeah.
We have a earthquake fault too that is always going to go off at any moment. I can't remember it. I'm not going to say it because it's not the New Madrid. New Madrid's out in California, right? That's the one you got to worry about, right?
The San Andreas is like the big boy that I think runs north-south, but we've got a couple. Like Seattle is right in like the nexus of a ton. And we had a pretty decent sized earthquake 25 years ago. I was still teaching then. And I was setting up the lunchroom and out of nowhere, the doors, which were kind of pinned open on either end of the lunchroom, just closed on their own. It was like, that's weird. Why would that happen in sync? And then I started to feel it and I could look across the lunchroom floor. And you could actually see waves like in this hardwood floor. Gross. It was insane. So I, ducked and covered under a long table, of course, under like 100 tons of concrete directly above my head. Like that table's going to do a lot.
That folding table, that plywood table, going to save your life right there.
Yo, Lakeshore Learning tables are tough, but they're not that tough. And I think we lost a bunch of bricks in like the historic Pioneer Square area in Seattle, but and a few buildings had to come down, but that was still minor as compared to like the mid-9s Richter scale thing that's on the way. Yeah,
we're always in one disaster or another. Currently it's November 14th, and it is currently 77 degrees outside, and it's probably gonna kiss 80 degrees this afternoon, and it's sunny. And here's the thing: as when you hear about this in St. Louis, this isn't like something that's completely unheard of. It's not common for sure. And I know all of my the people I work with that live up in Michigan, they're all experiencing snow. So I'm not too worried about like the winter or anything. What's really pissing me off though is that we've already had our first freeze. So like all of my stuff that is going to like tomatoes, my cosmos, all that stuff that just dies once the first freeze comes. Did that. Killed it, and I'm like, all right, fine. I'll go in and I'll start digging everything. I'll pull everything out and prep for next year. And now we got this beautiful weather again, and it's like I could have gotten more bees out of all of this. And no, I'm just upset that my my gigantic pollinator garden is gone.
Oh man, yeah.
It's just that's what there's stuff that comes back. It's just I don't like the winter, Jack. I fucking hate being cold. I think we've talked about this.
Yeah.
So it's always sad when all the nice garden stuff has to come out.
Yeah, and you've got like a constant lure out there to the garden in the nicer months, so that really drives the point home that. Exactly. It's not just shitty up, but like it's just downright dead outside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the thing. I came out as like I knew that it had frozen because everything was just completely brown. So, that's how it goes.
Seattle's like a race against the clock when it comes to gardening. And I have friends that are, pretty successful. You can certainly grow plants here, but growing tomatoes in Seattle is surprisingly hard. Like
it's not surprisingly hard.
Cherry tomatoes are fairly easy, and that's an early harvest. But one year, my wife and I did like a pretty like concerted effort. Like we started tomato plants from seed in our kitchen, and had like a ton. We planted like this big 20 by 20 square garden that got direct sun, and we were like at the height of the summer pulling out like probably 20 or 25 pounds of tomatoes every day. It was madness, but still like these huge beefsteak tomatoes that it's just a couple more days of sun and these guys are gonna get there, and none of them got there. Yep. It's so disappointing. So that was the last time.
You can't do your long haul ones. I mean, you could probably do garlic. You can do ground stuff out there. So potatoes, garlic, you can make a good a hearty soup to keep you going through those Seattle winters.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Safeway is just right up the street. I just feel like we've got a produce market that's a 3-minute walk from our house. I don't see I understand like the hands on your hips gratitude to Mother Earth for tearing a bunch of potatoes out of the ground, but I don't know. If I'm not being constantly reminded of how great it is as it's growing, it's probably not enough for me.
I am starting to transition away from because my wife's like, okay, so what are we going to grow next year? And I'm just like, I just want to do all pollinator stuff.
Yeah.
I want to throw stuff in the ground and not think about it anymore, and not think about, is it time to harvest this? With garlic, like you don't have to pay that much of attention to it, but you do have to pay attention to it. And then there's stuff you have to do with it after. And it's like, the garlic that I pull out of my ground, and my father has given me all kinds of different like garlic seeds. He's like, these big ones here and these ones here. So it's like, it's all garlic. Like it all tastes like garlic.
Yeah.
In the end of it. And yeah, I can get perfectly good garlic from the store. Like a big 5-pound thing of potatoes is not that expensive.
No. And garlic and potatoes, those are not showboat plants that you're like, are beautiful,
showing off, right?
Yeah, they're just green stems. There's nothing going on. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's nice to be able to supplement, but also I always just forget about it constantly, or in the summer it gets ridiculously hot and then I just don't want to be out there. Like I don't want to do any real gardening until it's like only 70 degrees outside and not full of mosquitoes. And unfortunately, there's 3 months of St. Louis that it's just not that at all, ever.
Oh, yeah.
So but the cosmos that I grew, I weeded that bed once, and then the cosmos got so big that they choked everything else out. And then I never had to do any, I should have done more with it, but all it, just kind of cutting some things back. But I'm not going to do much. At least I don't want to do that much because I'm not getting anything out of it anymore, I guess.
The juice isn't worth the squeeze, man. I get it. Yeah. I completely co-sign this.
My father's doing the same thing, but he's like 85. So I get why he's like, I'm doing less gardening. It's because I'm old and this hurts. But I like to make myself like a super highway for the bees and stuff. We joke about how our front yard is, I'm going to say quick trip, but for you East Coasters, I guess it's like Wawa or Sheetz. I don't know what like the gas station everybody says is the okay one to eat food at is for Seattle.
Oh, non-existent. We have no Wawa culture out here. I was blown away by how great Wawa is on the East Coast. Yeah, we don't have that.
Yeah, so Quick Trip is kind of roughly the same. It's it's a gas station, but like you don't feel gross eating a roller dog from it.
Yeah.
You can, it's fine. So we joke that our front yard is like the Quick Trip on the way home for all of the birds and the squirrels and all of the pollinators and everything, because we just constantly have a whole ecosystem happening in our front yard.
Yeah,
a couple new cats added to the mix now, but all of our birds and squirrels they're like all coordinated. Like they already know. It's funny to see how the birds and squirrels in our area, who have always had outdoor cats to deal with, know how to deal with outdoor cats. So like they'll come down and they'll be eating in our bird area. They'll be in our little tree or on the millet that I have growing or on the bird feeders or the bird bath. And a cat will be sneaking around and there'll be like 5 birds just like, try it.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
Come on over, man.
Well, they're like 10 generations deep in a natural selection. All their stupid relatives already got eaten by other cats. Yeah.
I know I have at least 2 squirrels without tails this year. Every year there's a couple that I don't know if the cats get a little close or if a car does, but they're still surviving, man. They're still running up and down the trees.
We got 2 cats during the pandemic. Our longtime 19-year-old cat Fred finally we had to put him down. He was suffering from some kind of pancreatic issue, and it was impossible to get him into the vet.
Suffering from being a 19-year-old cat.
Yeah, no, exactly. And like we've got friends that are veterinarians, and they're like, just be grateful that you had him for that long. So we were all just totally heartbroken. Like my wife and I got him within 2 months of buying our first house. He's just our constant companion. So and it was so hard on the kids, but after 2 months, we finally decided, okay, it's time. We can open our house up, and ended up with 2 barn cats that we adopted from like an hour and a half away from Seattle. These guys were on Craigslist for $25 each. And we found out from the guy selling them, the reason they're $25 is that's the point where people who buy kittens for snake food are not willing to pay. Like $20 is the limit. So he's like, I priced them at $25, and I'm pretty sure the people that are buying these cats are actually going to raise them not as feed, but as actual cats.
Right. Did he meet you and just be like, oh, you don't seem like a snake guy. It's fine. Here you go.
No, so we got the word and we're like, oh man, we have to probably virtue signal that we are not going to eat or feed these cats to someone else. So my daughter made a couple of handmade candles for him. Like we're legit, man. So anyway, they're barn cats. So they're like a little wilder than our old cat used to be. And we've got this tabby named Bert, who's 15 pounds, really sleek, and he kills everything in the yard.
Oh yeah.
About a week and a half ago, I roast coffee. So I was out in the back deck. Coffee roasting, which you would think is like a really like aromatic and beautiful experience, is terrible. It's like super industrial. The smoke that comes off, it's really acrid, and it would stink up your house. It would stick to everything. So I do it on the back deck, which is covered. So I'm like, waiting for the end of the cycle, and I hear some rustling over on the side of the porch, and our cat is walking through, and he's walking real tall, and I can't figure out why. And then I looked, and it's because he's got an entire rabbit in his mouth.
Oh, look at him go!
Like as big as him. Like he's dragging it. Like it's sort of, he's like tripping over it. So I wanted to get a closer look. So I walked like down the stairs and around the corner where we've got like this big piece of treated lumber as a little retaining thing. And like as I was turning the corner with my cell phone light on, like just trying to see him, it's nighttime. I slipped on this super slippery treated beam and landed on my hip so hard that I thought I broke my hip and ended up with like a dinner plate size bruise. Yeah, that's still not done healing. Like it's turned every color in the rainbow. So I'm lying on the ground just like screaming in pain, and my wife and kids come out. They're like, "What is going on?" I'm like, "Okay, a bird got a rabbit, but someone, you got to turn off that coffee because it's going to start burning, and I'm in so much pain right now." Like,
your executive dad higher functions are just completely
save the
short-circuiting.
Look at the cat. Save me from myself. Yeah. Anyway,
I think the worst thing that could happen if in the next 30 seconds is the coffee burning. I will survive. I've got a good 4 minutes in me.
Yeah.
We got to get the rabbit before the rabbit screams its death scream.
I was trying to communicate to my son, like, what button to press on the coffee roaster. And he's like, I don't see the button. I'm like, it's the one that says stop. I shaved my head, but if I had any hair, I would be pulling it out while writhing in pain on the ground. Like, somebody fix this problem. Anyway, so that's what happens when you've got cats that are maybe a little more able to kill your local fauna. You end up dragged into the quagmire.
We don't let our cats out, but we do. Like we have a backyard here where we're at, in the old house where we're at. We had a bigger backyard, and I will tell you, my dog has killed some shit in the backyard.
Oh man!
And I've seen her take a bird on the wing. Like,
whoa.
And it's so crazy because she's a Great Pyrenees. So she's kind of big and floppy and goofy, but she would at certain points be able to just, like, if a bird was swooping down too far, she'd be able to grab it. I also saw her just like run a bird down. Like the bird was not able to take flight fast enough, and the 100-pound dog just barreled over it.
Are they retrievers? What is a Great Pyrenees? Like, what are they bred for?
They're protectors. Like she's just fucking around. She's not this isn't some I've got to bring you. No, she plays with no toys. It's so annoying. She's the most annoying dog in the world. She does not play with any toys. The only game that she likes to play is biting me. That's literally, it's just, we'll go into the backyard and she and I kind of go back and forth, like just, I stomp at her, she stomps at me, and then she jumps up and, I have to hold my arm out and she bites. Now she's not, obviously doing damage, but she is putting her mouth and her teeth on me, and it sucks because she's wet. She's always wet. Like her face, constant drool. She's covered in mulch now because she was in the backyard that I'd been mulching, and she's just like, hey, this is cool. I'm going to dig myself a big hole and just flop all around inside of it.
Francis, you're really selling dog ownership right now.
Look, Jack, do not get a Great Pyrenees.
All right, sold.
Do not get a Great Pyrenees.
Deal.
Unless you have like some goats and a half acre of land and are cool with it living outside forever. Like, it's a great dog for very specific things. But if you want, like, I'm a person that loves to watch movies about dogs, and I want a dog like that where I can teach it to do things and the dog does what I say. Pyrenees don't do that. They come hardwired with all the knowledge they need, and you don't need to teach them shit.
Yeah.
And every time I have taken this dog to dog trainers, I'm just like, she doesn't do this, she doesn't do that. And I show them what she will do, and they're like, that's the best trained Great Pyrenees I've ever seen.
Oh, so you're actually, you don't know your privilege.
You can make her sit after telling her 3 times instead of 5. And maybe, and it's like, look, I can only do this because I have treats in my hand. And like, that's great. She's treat motivated. She'll do anything for food. That's all you got then.
So she's a Great Pyrenees. She's not a great retriever. She's not great. She's not great in terms of any other dog, but as far as Pyrenees go, she's great.
as far as a dog that will scream at every other dog that's walking by, she's great at that. Yeah. 6:30 in the morning. That's when we know the neighbors start walking their dogs, because that's when Stella wants to let everybody know.
Yeah, a little peek behind the curtain about how the sausage gets made. I am the producer for A Hell of a Way to Dad, and spend a lot of time isolating dog barking sounds on your audio and removing them painstakingly.
I know. I'm sorry. It's the problem is that if I leave the dog, so if I record with Nate at 6:30 in the morning my time, and if I leave the dog inside the house, the dog's gonna bark and wake up everybody else in the house, and then I'm gonna get then I have to deal with tired wife and tired child,
barking family. Yeah,
right. So then I have to take the dog out with me, where she'll bark out here, but I give you money. Well, Nate gives you money to take the dog barks out of it. So guess which one I opt for?
It's
like
a good move. It's my pleasure. I'm assembling just a little collection of those barks, and one day you're going to open your front door, and they're just all going to be there, just all hitting like a big loudspeaker.
Then the actual
you have them on command already. Yeah,
my dog. Yeah, I know. My dog is going to be so confused. She's like, "Is that what I sound like? Seriously?"
Yeah, no one recognizes their voice on tape the first time. Like, really? That's what That's what you are. That's what you're all hearing all the time. Doesn't sound like that in my head, man. We've flirted with the idea of a dog. I think that would maybe be a post-kids 7 years from now empty nest type thing, and even then I think our urge to travel probably outweighs our urge to take on any more parental responsibilities. We're already like making plans for these cats. Like, can our son take these to college with him? Like, what's the protocol on that?
I was thinking, once Stella is gone, we don't need a cat sitter anymore. We just need like an automatic feeder that'll take care of her for 3 days. They all hang out with each other. They're fine. Hold on. Princess wants to go outside and roll in the mulch.
Oh, Princess.
There you go. She has every year come winter. I know winter is on its way because Stella starts digging a hole in the backyard for her to sit in, because Pyrenees love to have a snow hole. So now that the whole backyard has like a couple of inches of mulch on it, it's much easier for her to dig her snow hole. I've like made a geriatric dog backyard for her, so she doesn't have to like scrape, because we have this really tough Missouri clay dirt, and it sucks. And she'll just be out there scratching away. But now it's just like, scrape, and now I've got this soft little hole that I can sit in. So
score, yeah, you lower the bar.
This dog annoys the hell out of me, and I oftentimes, as I'm trudging at 6:15 in the morning with a head cold up and down my block, because that's when the dog walks and that's when she poops, and if we don't do it, then I've got to deal with it some other way. And I think about one day this dog won't be here and I won't have to do this. And that'll be nice. But I do try to make things nice for her now. Like, I'm not mean to the dog. I still love her to death. It's just, she's that, that problem child that you wish would move out because he's like 25. And it's like, would you just get a job and move on, please?
Yeah, you got to get your dog on 4chan. That'll occupy most of her time. Is there still a 4chan, 8chan, whatever it is now? Oh, we live on the edge of a park right across the street, which is it's a hot zone for dog walking. I mean, probably over the course, if I were to sit on the front porch for a day, there would be at least 200 passersby walking dogs.
All right.
And I've never put that kind of time into it, but I have done the experiment of just sitting and watching for like a half hour just to kind of get the vibe. And by far the number one vibe that dog owners are schlepping around with them along with their dog is resignation. There is not a lot of happiness. Like, all right, just that deflated feeling of like a kid with a balloon, like a deflated balloon, just waiting while the dog's taking care of whatever they want to. And like,
the idea is like, I'm going to have my dog and I'm going to walk with the dog, and it's going to be great because we're going to walk together and I love to go for a walk. And then you have like what I had last year where it snowed and then iced and then snowed again, and I still had to walk. And I would have loved if all of January I could have been like, ooh, it's really shitty outside. I'm just going to go to the gym and that's where I'm going to get my walk in, or I'm going to, go exercise or something.
Sure.
You don't get that option with a dog.
No.
So like it becomes, and as I try to tell people, like, you don't need a dog to go for a walk. You can just go for a walk. Just walk somewhere without a dog. And the thing is, the dog makes it a thing that you have to do.
Oh yeah.
And some people like that. And I am glad that because of all the walking that I do with it, because I get at least a mile a day with this dog.
Nice.
If it's nice out, we do 3 walks. She's kind of tapered back a little bit because she is getting a little old, but in her heyday, we were doing, I'd walk 1 to 2 miles a day easily. And I'm glad that was there to keep me moving and in shape. I have a job where I send emails, so I need to move around a little bit, but I can also just go to the gym. I don't need to add a dog to it. Like, and then also like you're adding, like, you have to, touch poop at some point. You have to pick the poop up in the bag. And like, yeah, you've got the bag, but you're touching poop. It's really warm. And it's just every day. That's like the first half hour of my morning, I touch warm poop. And I'd like to stop doing that. I'd love to stop doing that.
Your daughter moved out of that phase. Like,
right.
You should not have to plunge back in until maybe you're dealing with a grandchild. Yeah.
No. And I mean, she's a great dog, but there are parts of dog ownership that I am ready to take a long break from. And I know my wife listens to this podcast, and I know she's going to comment on this. So I will say we will eventually get another dog. I just need a break.
Yeah.
I need a break from touching dog poop.
Yeah, maybe a dog that maybe can, I don't know, can you train a dog to use the toilet? You can do that with cats.
I don't know. I have to keep this dog away from the cat boxes, though, because she'll eat the cat poop.
Woo!
Yeah, it's another
Honestly,
fun
that's
part.
not bad. That's a pretty good solution.
Yeah, what we need, the problem that we have now is that we have a backyard that's fenced in, but I don't have a door that opens up into the fenced-in backyard.
Oh.
I have to. It's just because I have the small house. The back door is not on the back of the house; it's on the side of the house.
Yeah.
The way that the property lines line up, like there is no way to make it so that, which I had at the house beforehand, where I could just open up the back door, let the dog out, and then close the door.
Right.
And that's just something that I used to have. I don't have that anymore, and that's what really causes a lot of my pain points here. Because if I could just go down and open the door and kick her in the backyard at 6 a.m. and go back to bed, I would do that, and she'd be perfectly happy to do that. But at a certain point, like once you put on pants, you're screwed. Like I can't put on pants and then do something, and be like, time to take these pants off and get back into bed. No, I've already put on. I've reached the day already.
You could do it. I mean, it's gluttonous. I don't know. Maybe try that one day. Just treat yourself.
No.
Put a bow on your sweatpants again.
By the other issue is by the time I'm back from the dog walk, my daughter's up. So
there you.
And that's the next thing we got to do.
That's a whole thing. Yeah.
That's a whole thing. It's all right. I love them both, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Yeah. So we were very tempted to teach our cats how to use the toilet because a friend of ours did it and swore by it. Do you know about the process of how this works?
Don't you have to I know Saran wrap is involved.
Oh.
Okay, no, you tell me.
Well, no,
I've seen a WikiHow. The WikiHow or whatever I saw was that you had to make it you put it over the toilet, you put saran wrap or something, and then you put cat litter on it.
Yeah.
And the idea was the cat would be like, oh, this is where I go poop. The problem is that saran wrap is not very strong. So as soon as the cat steps into that, you've just got a toilet full of cat litter, which is not something you can flush.
Right. And saran wrap too. So that's
and saran wrap. So
clay and saran wrap making little pucks to clog up your 4-inch pipe. I've seen a as seen on TV invention that one can buy that accomplishes the same thing. That it starts with a full thing of litter that completely fills the seat, and then you swap it out for something else, and it's graduated, so eventually you've removed all the litter, but the cat still knows what to do. And then eventually you take this thing away and they can just sit on the toilet and do it. And I've been to my friend's house and I've just seen floating cat poop right there in the water, which is amazing. It's great.
You can't train him to flush though, huh?
Maybe you can.
A step too far.
I mean, pooping comes naturally. Flushing, probably not. I don't know. You could train a dog to do it. That could be a nice symbiotic thing. Get your dog in there to flush for treats.
We did pick up those those big buttons that you can get that they're plastic individual buttons. You can train your dog to hit one that says outside or food.
Oh yeah.
Something like that. So we picked those up from Savers, and my wife was really excited about getting in about doing it. And my belief from step one was I don't want to teach this dog how to talk. This dog is irritating enough without this dog being able to I know what she wants is the thing. It's always food.
Oh, of course.
Always
food.
Totally. There's no other button she needs. When she wants to go outside, she'll, stand at the back door. That's fine. That's an indication. But any other time that this dog is looking at me and stomping and barking, she wants food.
I don't know, man. I like the idea of her waking you up at 3 a.m. with the Stephen Hawking voice saying, "Feed me."
Food. That's the thing. The other problem with Pyrenees is they're very smart. They're incredibly smart. They're smart. They think that they're smarter than you most of the time.
Yeah.
And I would not put it past this dog to learn how to kick the thing into our room and start stomping on it while we're asleep. Now, again, she is older and she does sleep through the night herself. Like she wakes up at like 6.
Lucky.
Yeah. I mean, she doesn't, 6:30 is when she wakes up. To be fair, that's when I wake up too. So it's not that big of a pain for me. But I would not want her to wake up with a little midnight munchie and be able to bring that in. Because she knows if she barks at 3 a.m., she's just going to... Well, if she's going crazy, I'm going to go investigate it, obviously. Right. She is a guard dog. Like, she is alerting. If she's barking, she's alerting me to something. But if she's just, barking because somebody's outside walking their dog at 3 a.m., which has happened before, I'll just close the door on her. I was like, that's nothing. Shut up. You're not going to shut up? All right, I'm closing the door. You don't get to come back into the bedroom.
Ouch. So earn consequence.
She'll keep it. She barks in the evening, or at night when it's appropriate, I feel, if she's barking at all.
Is she a foot of the bed kind of dog or like sleeping on the floor next to the bed?
Yeah, she, and again, because we have a small house, we have small bedrooms, and she'll flop down, and she'll be leaned up, I guess, against the bed frame, because we have a box. It's, we don't have like, our bed's not on a frame that's on wheels. It's just we've got the underslung. Sure. Drawers and everything. So it's just, a solid. There is no under the bed for us. So the dog will lay on the floor. And if she lays on my wife's side of the bed or my side of the bed, we cannot open our drawers because 1, she's in the way. And 2, when she lays down, like after 8 o'clock, she hits her clock out button and she's just like, I don't do anything now.
She's a union dog.
And that includes getting up so I can get to my clean underwear. She's not going to do that. I have to physically, and she wears a harness all the time because we found it's easier for this dog to have an easy to access handle.
Yeah.
To help us control her. But you will have to like grab her and slide her out of the way. She will not get up. Like I could drag her up, but even then she does that, she goes limp on you.
Yeah.
She's like, but I'm in bed now. I'm going to sleep. Why are you doing this to me? And the other thing she'll do is if she is at the foot of the bed, she'll like do a full body stretch and it vibrates the entire bed.
Hey, some people pay big money for that.
She's doing her front and her back paws, and she's on her side, and her back is up against the bed, and she'll just do that like full body stretch that you do, and you just feel like Jesus Christ.
There's another earthquake.
It's the fucking big one, Beth. No, it's just the dog.
Yeah, man, our old cat. My wife and I started with a queen size bed. And the minute he started sleeping in bed with us, we had to upgrade to a king because I don't know how like a 12-pound cat can ruin 2 nights of sleep. And a queen-size bed is a large bed, but he just figured out like the perfect 3/8 position that screwed whoever was on that side. And then that person invariably screws the other person over. So there was no room. So the only solution was king-size bed. And even then, like he would mess it up. Yeah.
Well, we have the 2 cats that live with us upstairs. We have a basement cat. Basement cat stays in the basement. But our 2 cats, especially in the winter, will come and sleep on us. The orange cat goes onto my wife. That's Sassafras. And then Marie comes and sleeps on me. And I have I love my animals, of course, but I am not one of those, oh, the precious cat is here. Oh, don't disturb the precious cat. Oh, he's sleeping. Oh, the cat's sleeping. That cat pays no fucking bills. Get out of my way, cat. You pay no bills. Get out of my way. So when we're sleeping and I've got a cat that's being uncomfortable, I will try to move the cat. But our cats at a certain point are just like, no, I'm in bed now too. So we'll just ride the waves.
No, totally.
And that's fine. Yeah. If you can ride the waves for myself to be comfortable, I don't care. But my wife will just like, oh, both cats were sleeping on my side and I didn't have anywhere to fit them. Just like, and what she will do is pick them up and put them on me, which is fair. Like that's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got the queen size and the 2 cats are in there sometimes. Like I said, I have no problem kicking the cat off. What was bad, there was like a good 6 months we were letting the dog up on the bed, and that was just a bad idea.
Yeah, too much. I'm really interested in this basement cat idea. Like, does basement cat know about the other cats, or do they know about basement cat?
So Ember is our little snowflake of a cat. Sassafras, well, the first year that we were living here, Sassafras was bird hunting in our front area, so we brought him in. The next year, Ember was kind of hanging out outside, and we were gonna get like a really bad, like 9-degree couple of nights. So we took her, like Sassafras, when we brought him in, we took him to the Humane Society. Society, and they're like, yeah, it's going to cost $500 to get this cat like up to code or whatever.
Yeah, up to code, right? Exactly. You got to replace you got to put in insulation. You got to check the wiring.
We got to remove the testes. We got to give him the shots. We got to do all this.
With that,
so it was like $500. So when Ember came around, we took her and surrendered her to the Humane Society, and then just kept refreshing every day to see when the cat would be available.
Yeah.
And then paid like $50 to get the cat back. So
it's a good score.
A little bit more. So Ember was always the one. Like I feel like Ember would have been better as a only cat. Like if she was the only cat in the house, she would love it. She got along with Sassafras because she kind of had to. She didn't mind the dog after a while. The dog doesn't really care about the cats either. Like the dog will play with the cats occasionally, but for the most part, she ignores them.
Yeah.
But then we brought Marie in, and Marie is a medium hair, so she's got a big floofy tail, and we've had her for a while, and she's still very kitten. And Ember and Sassafras would, wrestle, of course, as cats do. But I think Marie took it to a couple of levels that Ember didn't like. And Ember just started peeing on things. Yeah. So, and we didn't want to rehome her because Ember's the kind of cat you can pick up and she just turns into a puddle in your arms.
Yeah.
I can hear Ember purring from across the room.
Wow.
Like she purrs so loud. Like just even if she's just like, oh, I'm here, I'm making my biscuits on the chair here. I'm kind of warm. I'm feeling good. I can hear her purring.
Amazing.
So very therapeutic cat. She's a very friendly cat like that. And that's the thing. She's not down there because she's mean. She's not down there because she's a bully. She's down there because I don't want cat piss on all of my stuff. She can't hold
her liquids. Yeah.
Well, she can. She doesn't pee on the stuff downstairs. Well, she kind of does. When the other cats get down there, she will kind of she'll give us a fuck you piss on occasion. But also it's the basement. Like the basement is a lot of storage and she's not peeing as much as she was upstairs. So the basement cat, it is and she's happy. She's got her own apartment down there and all three of us in the house go down and visit her all the time. And I've been working down in the basement the last couple of days too. So she's fine with it. All she ever wants is like, just come and, play with me for 10 or 15 minutes, make sure I'm fed. And that's about it. That's all she wants.
Yeah. We've got a bit of an incontinence issue with our cat Bert, who we tried a lot of stuff. We did a consultation with a cat psychic on like Skype. It was ridiculous.
Was that just kind of yeah, I got $50. Let's see what this is like.
We were sort of at wit's end, but yeah, we've had to really like revamp our house because we didn't want to keep him in the basement exclusively. Mm-hmm. So yeah, like kids' bedroom doors and our bedroom door is always closed now because he's pissed on all of our beds over the course of the last 5 years. And we've got very strict protocols. Like he's trustworthy during the day in common spaces, but at nighttime, both our cats sleep in our storage room down in the basement, which is pretty cute actually, because like at bedtime, they know that it's time for bed and they actually put themselves down. They like walk in and jump into their little perches. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been one of the ideas that when my daughter talks about what she wants to be when she grows up is either travel agent or running a cat cafe. One or the other, which I love. We had a cat cafe. We had a short-lived cat cafe because we had a bar that was called Shot Heaven that lost its liquor license, so they just turned into Cat Heaven and served sodas and had cats. And that didn't last for very long, unfortunately. I don't think the neighborhood was really ready for a cat cafe in an old bar.
Yeah.
A bar that was not being upkept very well in the first place. Yeah. And then they have a cat cafe, but we loved it. We went there once. I think just once, and we liked it.
Is there an indoor smoking ban in St. Louis?
Yes.
Okay. Has it been there for a long time?
Yes.
Okay.
At least since I was smoking, so more than 10 years ago.
In Seattle, I think it was right around 2000 that happened, maybe a little bit later, which is cool because at nighttime, it makes the city feel way more vibrant because everyone's out in front smoking. But like a lot of bars, literally 20, 25 years later, still smell like smoke, like the crummier, divier bars. And you got to wonder, like, what is in those carpets? Like,
I know, I got to tell you, that's one of those scent memories for me. Like when I walk up by a dive bar with the door open and it smells like stale beer and cigarettes, and I just have it just like, oh God, to be 23 again. I'd hate it. I was depressed and I hated everything, but I could have a beer and like 5 smokes and feel great.
Oh, totally. Yeah. The hard thing here is that when the smoke smell, the latent smoke smell finally evaporated, we realized that all those bars also smelled like urinal cakes. They smell terrible.
Yeah, the smoke was covering a lot of other terrible smells that happen in a bar.
Yeah,
like I think that's what a lot of bars ended up finding out was the that smell. That smell was preferable.
Oh yeah, it was like original Febreze. When I was playing clubs around Seattle, like nighttime gigs, in my pre-kids music band, I'd come home and feel so awful, and I realized, and like never drank, and I realized it was just from just breathing that smoke, like sweating on stage and like singing deep breaths, a lot of concentrated breathing.
A lot of people just sitting, and half the place is sitting there just blowing smoke directly at you.
Yeah, like typical French people. Yeah, judging us.
Yeah. Well, it's not our fault. It's not our fault, Jack. Smoking is just so great.
It's cool.
It's one of the greatest feelings in the world. It's just lighting a cigarette.
It's pretty cool, man.
That's why I know God isn't real, because cigarettes aren't healthy for you.
Totally.
Now they all vape, and you can you're not supposed to vape inside, but I always see people doing it, but it doesn't stink, so whatever. Like, as long as you don't have like an obnoxious smelling vape, I really don't care.
Yeah.
I saw, man, you know what? I caught a guy with a fucking cigar scented vape, and it's like, what are you doing to us, man? Like, you made the worst smoke smell even worse, and you're just like, I choose to do this to all of you. Ugh.
Oh, it's so, disgusting. Dude, cigars are so gross.
Nasty.
Yeah, I watched maybe several months ago, I watched the Billy Joel documentaries on HBO, and he's smoking a cigar. He has, I think, like an e-cigar now. It looks so dumb too. It's like this. It's like smoking like a white carrot with a blue thing on the end. But for a lot of the historical video and pictures, he just has a big old stogie in his mouth, and you realize, like, when you watch things on TV, the scent memory or the scent experience is not baked into it, and being in those places that are depicted on television are probably terrible for the most part. Things smell awful, just generally. Yeah. My son was telling me, this is pretty sad. He's a freshman in high school now, but he was telling me how many kids that he knew in middle school that vaped like regularly. Yeah. Which is so messed up.
It's so like, look, I support vape because, I want everybody. Yeah, I want people to stop smoking cigarettes. I use vaporizers for weed, like, because I don't want to inhale burning vegetation if I can help it. And it's so crazy because I remember when I was smoking, Camel came out with like all these like different flavored cigarettes, like, margarita flavored cigarettes and shit like that. And I always picked them up. Here was the great thing. Was to be out on a Saturday night at your favorite bar with a picture of your favorite beer, and then the Camel Girls would show up. And the Camel Girls were girls that would show.
Oh, totally. The original influencers, women. Yeah. They would show up, they'd be real cute, and they'd give you fucking 3 packs of cigarettes for free. And it was you would just, better than winning a scratcher, man. You'd love it when the Camel Girls showed up. And so they would also have all these like promotional cigarettes, and you're like, oh, we're doing, doing this flavored whatever. Obviously the first one's free, Jack. Of course, right.
And then of course we'd make all of our friends who like didn't smoke, so like, no, now you sign up and do the thing, and you give the cigarettes to me because these are expensive. So you need to give these. You give them your personal information.
Yeah, get on their mailing list. It's worth it for my health.
Exactly. But they ended up banning, like, I know the government banned all of these flavored cigarettes, and so you could have,
because they were for kids. They were they were too attractive.
100%. Yeah. They stopped making Joe Camel, commercials and stuff because Joe Camel was fucking cool.
Oh, absolutely.
And I wanted to be Joe Camel. Sure. I wanted to smoke a cigarette.
Dude, he was riding a skateboard, man. He had sunglasses and a backwards ball cap.
Yeah, he was like he's doing Havana Nights. There was neon signs in the back.
Yeah,
and he's smoking a cigarette. Yeah, I want to be that guy. But now it's just like, do you want bubblegum flavored nicotine? And everybody of course is like, yes, because nicotine is, again, phenomenal, especially to, like, I know there are some brand of spicy brain that nicotine really kicks onto. I don't know if it's ADHD or something like that, but I know that, like, everybody in my family smoked at some point and used nicotine at some point. But yeah, it's crazy that, it's not crazy that our current government hasn't gotten to this one yet, but like the proliferation of vapes, like there's vape stores everywhere now.
Yeah. And I'm surprised too, because I thought that we had dealt with that. Like there was the like flavored Juuls I thought they were banned at some point, but now it appears that they're ubiquitous again. I don't understand what happened.
So I think it's because the Juuls had like a removable pod.
Oh.
And the vapes that you buy now are singular things. But from what I understand, most of them are trying to move over to a replacement pod thing because like it's really bad for the environment, to have this,
of course,
basically this battery that once you're done with it, you throw it in the trash. And everybody's doing that. So I know that because I looked into it, because like I said, I use the weed vape. But I did, when I was at high school, I was at Afton High School working an event and going to the bathroom, these big, signs of like vaping, like, not to vape. And like, are you tired or irritable? You might be addicted to nicotine.
Right.
Don't vape. Because you can go into those bathrooms and vape real easy.
Oh yeah, there's no detector. There's no way to know. Yeah.
And it's not going to stink the place up. It's not a lingering smell. Like, smoking in the boys' room was really hard to do at some point, but now like vaping in the non-gender singular stall bathroom, perfectly fine. Everybody can do that.
Yeah, it just smells like watermelon in there when you're done. Yeah.
Exactly. It could just be my lip balm.
I try to be as high-minded and progressive with our kids as I can about like, don't judge anyone, like support everyone where they are. But with vaping, I'm just like, God, those guys are so stupid. Like just encouraging, like just assume the worst, assume it's the dumbest thing of all time because it's the social currency of why it spreads so readily. Like it looks cool. It's awesome. You get it. It's prohibited. So that's cool. It's rebellious.
It doesn't look cool. Everybody I see vaping doesn't look cool. Like it's just
it gives you something to do. Like it's like a little job, Like I agree. I think it's horrendous and it's terrible and so damaging and everything. But I think to like a 14-year-old, there's like a sophistication baked into that, as dumb as it is and as stupid as it looks.
Which again, please vape instead of smoking. I'd rather you do one over the other. But also, there has never been a company that deals with addiction that sells addiction that's good. I'm just gonna FanDuel, not a good place. They any place that's selling you nicotine, they're not a good company. They know it's addictive and they're selling it to you. So just keep that in mind. As always, one of my favorite, like all the anti-corporate lefty people out there who smoke cigarettes. Yeah. It's like, no, I get it. It's fine. Yeah, totally. Philip Morris is different. I get it. It's fine.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'll draw the line at Starbucks. All right, I'm cool with that.
I know. I can't. And like I said, I can't talk shit. I would be smoking cigarettes if I didn't know my wife would kick my ass immediately, and then my child would kick my ass right after it. So like, that's what keeps me mostly away from it. Is I have reasons to stay away from it. But I get it, man. Smoking's great.
Seattle's done a really good job of putting the final coffin nail in the cigarette industry because a pack is like $13 or something like that.
It's so expensive.
Yeah, it's so good.
In Missouri, and that's another thing. Vaping is a lot cheaper. You can get a vape that'll last you, I don't know, 2 weeks or so. 2 weeks of cigarettes. Ooh, that's expensive. Even Missouri, I think, is like one of the cheapest places, and we're still like $6 or $7 a pack.
Yeah. Oh, that's a steal. Yeah. I mean, I think $13. I should Google this. I think that's actually possibly lowballing, just eye-poppingly expensive. I remember back in college, I had a friend who was definitely collecting Camel Cash and would wear the stuff. So like he had multiple Camel T-shirts, as redeemed by Camel Cash. So he invested heavily.
Oh yeah, my buddy Adam, his dad knew we smoked but didn't care. But he would confiscate our cigarette packs and pull either the Marlboro Miles or the Camel Cash off of it. He's like, this is totally. This is the tax. He's like, you can't smoke here. I'm not going to let you like light up a cigarette in front of me. But I don't care that you have cigarettes on you. But I am going to take your Camel Cash.
Oh
from you.
Yeah, the original dad tax.
I did it, and I fucked with him one time because I pulled it off before I came over, and he took my cigarettes and looked at it, and he looked at me, and it was that kind of look that said, I know you're fucking with me. Where is it? And I said, you okay? Here it is.
Game here recognizes game. Yeah. Oh, here you go, sir. Here's your Camel Cash.
Yeah. Here you go.
Sorry, sir.
I was fucking with you, Sergio. Here you go. his name was Sergio, and he always insisted that all of us call him Sergio. He's like, no, you guys get to pronounce the G. It's fine.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Wow, that's...
Well, it's because he was Hispanic and we weren't. So it's just like, keep my silent G out of your mouth there.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. It's sort of like you tried to speak French for 1 second in Paris, and they're like, let's switch over to English.
Yeah. No, don't worry, nice Sarah. I speak your heathen language. I can debase myself for 5 minutes.
Oh, that's cute. You want to try speaking in our native tongue.
Oh, Alonze, huh? Yeah, I picked that up from Doctor Who. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Well, Jack, thank you so much for joining me. Thanksgiving's coming up. I hope all of you get a 4-day. I know I do. Get some time off. We don't do much. We do watch the parade, though. Do you have a Thanksgiving thing that you guys do?
My mom and my wife's parents all live real close, like in the same zip code, within like a
right on.
3 or 4 minute drive from where we are. So we'll all get together, most likely at our house. Most of us are vegetarian, so we've got a bunch of sort of veggie classics that we've developed over the years that we'll make. And yeah, it's like 8 hours of cooking for 21 minutes of eating. The ratio is all wrong.
And you're not even cooking a turkey. Like, what do you got to heat up some beans? It's taking you eight hours?
Yeah, we do it hobo style. Exactly. We're all eating beans from a can. And
we've got to get the barrel fire going first. So
yeah,
we can
fingerless gloves.
Cook the rats over it.
Yeah, bring all your ingredients hung in a bindle over your shoulder with that spotted handkerchief. Yeah, it's like riding the rails. No, that's basically it. Try to stay away from any Thanksgiving, Black Fridays, etc. deals. Just collectively not do anything.
Well, Jack, I hope you don't stay away from our Black Friday deals that are going to be coming this coming week. I've got some Christmas ornaments. Some of our favorite designs are now available as Christmas ornaments on the website. whatahellofawaytodad.com. Support your local business. Support your dads. The more money that I make, the more money I can give to Jack to get dog barks out of my... It's a clean one this time. She went outside and she laid down and went back to sleep, I think. So there you go.
Oh, too late.
Jack, thank you so much for joining me. Everybody, thank you for listening. As always, you can get more of this from patreon.com/whatahellofawaytodie. Tell your friends, tell your loved ones, the dads are back in town. Jack, we'll talk to you next week.
Toodaloo.